Yo, 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 what is it? You know what it is. This is your boy Levon, and this is Levon Says. Welcome back to my channel, L.U.M.I.L.L.E. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you always be notified upon my next uploaded video. In this next series of videos, we're going to be talking about covetousness. What is covetousness? What are the consequences of covetousness? And there'll be some questions I'll have for you to answer at the end of this series. But before we get into that, I just want to take out a second to thank all of my subscribers, my fans, those that view my content, and especially to you that leave a comment. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the content, about the channel, and what future content you'd like to have discussed in upcoming videos. So now let's get into it. Okay, what is covetousness? Here's a four-part definition of covetousness. First, covetousness is wanting wrong things. Again, covetousness is wanting wrong things. Wanting power without reason, wanting control so I can be at the center, wanting wealth for myself, wanting glory and praise from others. In other words, wanting wrong things. Second, covetousness is also wanting right things for the wrong reasons. Take, for example, the rule of leadership. If a man desires to be a policeman, he desires a good thing. Wanting to protect and serve and make an impact on others' lives, that's a great thing to want. But you have to not just want it, you have to want it for the right reasons. To want it for the wrong reasons, like personal recognition or power over others, or for others' agenda, that is covetousness. There's a third aspect of covetousness. Covetousness is not just wanting wrong things or wanting right things for the wrong reasons, but covetousness is also wanting right things at the wrong time. I'll give you an example. A young couple comes in and they sit down for premarital counseling, right? They say, we love Christ and we love each other. We're committed to each other. We've committed ourselves to a lifetime together. We're going to get married in 3 months, but we want to start sleeping together now. See, they want the right things and they want them for the right reasons, but they want them at the wrong time. That's also covetousness. Now, the final aspect to covetousness is wanting right things, but wanting them in the wrong amounts. Okay, take for example, money, right? Money is not a wrong thing. It's a necessary part of life, right? If a person doesn't provide for his own, then he is denied the faith and he's worse than an unbeliever. 1 Timothy 5:8. So providing for others it means that, we make money, but yet it puts us in danger of not knowing when to stop. Okay, let that be a keynote. When I want more money than I need to adequately provide for my family, that's covetousness. I may think that more money will make me happy, but I'll soon learn that it won't. More of anything than God will never feel that fulfillment that He's placed in you and me. So to summarize, covetousness is wanting wrong things or wanting right things for the wrong reasons or at the wrong time or in the wrong amount. I've learned that covetousness has a powerful stronghold in people's lives. In fact, we're not only bondage to covetousness, but we are in serious denial about it. I challenge you to open your heart as wide as you possibly can, and as possibly you know how, to understand how covetousness may be playing a role or a part in your life. So let's look at some of the consequences of covetousness, keeping in mind that coveting creates unforeseen hardships and unprepared results. Again, coveting creates unforeseen hardships and unprepared results. Now, there's a story that you may be familiar with in the Bible. I think it's out of Numbers 11, where the children were in the wilderness and they were complaining about not having any meat. They complained so much, they started to covet meat that they had back in Egypt when they were in bondage. The covetousness became so strong and so abundant in their heart, in their complaining, that God said, you want them? You can have them. I'm going to make it very easy for you. They could journey a whole day outside of the camp and collect birds everywhere. What I mean by birds is God gave them quail. They wanted meat. They had no meat. They complained, they coveted so much to where they were yet in bondage and slavery, but they had meat. So God said, okay, tired of the complaining, gave them meat. He gave them quail. Understand that quail is a bird that has a lot of feathers and not a lot of meat. But when I say quail, just kind of like imagine a small hen or a small Cornish game hen in your mind, okay? But with a whole bunch of feathers. Now, once God gave them this quail, the scripture says that they spent all day and all night until the next day gathering all this quail, okay? 36 hours were spent gathering birds that were 3 feet deep. How many birds could you get? Well, the scripture says, he who gathered least gathered 10 homers. That's 60 bushels of birds. The guy who gathered the least, let that be the lazy dude or even a vegetarian, if you will, still ended up with 60 bushels of birds. If this who was a person who gathered the least, then you have to believe that there were a whole lot more people that had much, much, much more than just 60 bushels. But just imagine the chaos, which is a form or it's a consequence of chaos. It's a consequence of covetousness within itself, all right? Chaos itself. And so if I were to go home to my girl and my wife or say, babe, come in the kitchen for a minute. Something I need to show you. Something I want you to cook for us. And she come in the kitchen and she look around and she sees all this bird and she sees 20 bushels of birds for me to cook. Are you crazy? Oh, I know you got to be kidding. And then I say, well, not exactly, honey. The other 40 bushels are outside on the porch. Really? You already know the kind of look you're going to get. Now, imagine the complication those days when there was no refrigeration of any kind. What would you do with 60 bushels of birds? How are you going to preserve that? Have you ever cleaned a bird, a pheasant, a quail, or anything? By the time you take all the feathers, defeather this bird, there's very little there. So they faced a whole mound, a heap of work just for a very little bit of meat. 60 bushels? The least? Man, imagine the smell by the second day or the third day of processing all. One of the consequences of covetousness is it destroys the process of sufficiency. One of the consequences of covetousness is it destroys the capacity to discern sufficiency. It distorts our thinking to the point to where enough is never enough. Our capacity to discern sufficiency. When your life is a life of covetousness and you're living for something else, like more or better or different, or perhaps a relationship or a possession, when desires for something are controlling you, you lose your capacity to discern sufficiency. And enough is just never enough. But that is enough for today. Thank you for joining me in today's video. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you'll always be notified upon my next uploaded video. And we will continue the series dealing with covetousness, the consequences of covetousness, and the 3 questions that I'll have for you at the end of this series in my next video. This is your boy Levon. This has been Levon Says. L.U.M.I.L.L.E, love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. Again, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about the content of this video or any of the past videos that you may have watched, and future content that you would like to see discussed in upcoming videos. Also be aware that L.U.M.I.L.L.E clothing line, which will be available real soon. And I hope you enjoy it and look forward to it. Once again, one love, and I'm out.